Here's a piece of hidden lore for you. On this week's GTA 6 o'clock, Trailer 3 rumours get the internet talking that a new GTA 6 content drop is coming, and it is actually happening today. GTA Online update hints at GTA 6 content. Do you think that Rockstar is playing this AI card now in GTA 5 so that it's not so much of a focus in GTA 6? And we answer more of your questions.
What is the most obscure thing you want to do when you're playing through GTA 6 for the first time?
It's all here on this week's GTA 6 o'clock. Hello and welcome to episode 101 of GTA 6 o'clock, the world's most in-depth and best connected GTA 6 show. I am your host, James JJ Jarvis. This is Dan DD Dawkins, and we are back in the studio on camera, Dan.
I know, I can't believe it, James. I was told it was a one-time deal. Well, I didn't realise it was one time every week now forever.
Yeah,
so,
you almost can't believe it because it was sort of thrown at you last minute. It was like,
Yeah.
we're going
but
back.
we're here now. I was just saying to James, I wish I'd engineered a white laptop so we contrast side by side, but sadly not. But we are here back to normal this week with episode 101 to discuss the world of GTA 6.
Yes, we thought we'd give this a go for a while after the reaction to last week's show and you all saying you should do this more often. So here we are doing it. Let us know what you think. Of course, if you're listening to this on Spotify or other podcast services, it's going to be exactly the same as normal. But if you are doing that and you want to jump over to YouTube, you can now watch along with the show as well as listen. Not that you couldn't do that before, but now you get to see some people.
Our virtual avatars have been semi-retired for now, so that's a shame.
For now, they're moving to a mansion, but more on that later. It's less than a year until the release of GTA 6, so let's celebrate that. 344 days to go as you are listening to this show, or just 49 more episodes of GTA 6 o'clock. It's going to fly by, isn't it, Dan? Don't worry.
Absolutely whoosh by.
So, this week's show, let's get into Trailer 3 rumours, get the internet talking. We talked about this a little bit during episode 100, but it's time to revisit it because there are some sections of the internet that are starting to convince themselves that a new GTA 6 content drop is coming, and it is actually happening, well, today, as we record this.
Probably about 2 hours from now,
Yeah,
right?
it's actually happening yesterday,
Yes.
as you are listening to this. So, did it happen? Let's get into that and look into our crystal ball and see if we can predict the future. This also relates to a question that we had on last week's live show from Dev. So we will play that as well, and then we can tie all this up together.
Hi, what's up, guys? I'm Dev from the United States. I wanted to congratulate you guys on 100 episodes, and I appreciate you being so dedicated to getting the show done every week because it's been very boring waiting all this time for more GTA 6 information. And my question is, do you think we were going to be getting any information by the end of this month, or we'll have to wait until like mid-2026 before we get any new trailers, screenshots, or anything like that?
So yes, Dev is asking pretty much the same thing as the rest of the internet. Are we getting GTA 6 content soon, this month? We just have a little bit of a look at where this thought process has come from. As we know, GTA Online is getting the Safe House in the Hills update this week. Tomorrow, in fact. Again, more on that later. But the date for the DLC, which features Michael, has moved from December the 9th, which is today, Tuesday, as we record this, to December the 10th, tomorrow, or today, as you are listening to this show. Which means the Tuesday slot in Rockstar's social schedule is open for an announcement. This is the first DLC that won't release on a Tuesday since 2021, which is quite a significant thing.
Yeah, it is eyebrow raising.
But I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't think this means anything. Unfortunately, it feels quite close to me that it's like this is one of the biggest GTA Online updates we've had in a while. It's the return of Michael. There's a lot to be excited about. Do you really want to overshadow that the day before with, hey, here's a new thing for GTA 6? I can see both sides, because maybe you do want to say, get hyped for this by playing this version of, some kind of storyline expansion in GTA Online, which sets you up for GTA 6 once that releases. But I don't know how you feel about this.
Well, I think the date is at best weird. The fact that they've shifted it for the first time in 5 years, that is weird. As we've talked about previously on the show and the newsletter, like Tuesday is in recent history, their preferred day for trailers and normal new information. So you could start to get the tinfoil hat and come up with a conspiracy around that. If you want to take it further, like Rockstar right now are in a bad moment, right? PR wise. I think there's a couple of things at play here. The obvious one is the ongoing unionization discussion. That's it's quite a negative sheen for them.
Mm-hmm.
The double delays have had a really negative impact. We saw this when we talked about the Golden Joystick Award Most Wanted Game voting, where GTA won it, let's be clear, but maybe not by the emphatic margin we thought. Now, that was actually voted before the delay.
Yeah.
So we'll never get to play history twice, but I do wonder if it was voted again for now, if people would be in a sort of pretend way. Like like people do in midterm elections where they vote for the other party. Just
out of spite.
To tell the government off, basically. That's
Yeah.
a very common strategy. It might be the same. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like public, appreciation rating had dropped in that time. Now, if you're Rockstar, you're looking at it and going, globally, we've got a PR problem. We're losing a bit of energy and momentum around GTA 6. It's all going to be all right at the end of the day. The game's got to be great, but we've got a perception problem. How do we turn that around? A flood of good news. That was the strategy around the first delay, where almost immediately we were carpet bombed with happiness. It was like another trailer, an amazing website with 70 screenshots. It was too much. It was like wild amount of good news, too much to analyze. Now, that's the sort of strategy it's hard to magic up out of nowhere. But we're now a couple of weeks on, from months even, from the delay, right?
Mm-hmm.
The GTA, the Safe House in the Hills, clearly isn't a thing they've made up in the last 4 weeks. Like, that's clearly been on the roadmap quite a while. That you don't get mocap Michael and do all that stuff on a whim. Right?
No, and the suggestion is that this was meant to be the last GTA Online update before GTA 6, when GTA 6 was coming in May. Would have made sense. Now they've got a whole nother year to play with. Maybe it's not going to be the last one. It might be the last significant one.
Yes.
But they've probably got to fill some more content.
And that's possibly moving on to another point we'll talk about. But I think, could there be good... And by the way, if you're listening to this, probably nothing good happened.
There was no good news.
Yeah, because if it was trailer 3, we're probably going to spend in the 3 hours from now analysing that, and you'd never have known this version of history, probably.
Yeah.
But, could it be something else on the Tuesday? Maybe, because they need some good news out there, and maybe they want some GTA 6 good news out there. Now, what that would be, trailer 3, ? Again, not something you can magic up, unless they were kind of sat on it and thinking, well, we were going to do it in January, but now it's now. I don't know, whatever, right? Could it be a few new screenshots? Maybe. Could it be, and I would say, they're announcing pre-orders. Feels a bit early. It's like a year out. But I don't know, without looking again side by side on when they've done it in the past, not completely unprecedented for a game to start pre-orders a little under a year out. Maybe. Am I going to make a hard prediction? No.
No. I mean, you're sounding a little bit like the GTA 6 o'clock Twitter feed right now. Like going, oh, look at all these things that are correlating together. Let's get excited, guys. 2 p.m. Here we go. But
I'm not going to come out with conviction and say, we could do a lot more on this show. I'm pointing these things out. I just don't know is the answer.
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying they've got a PR challenge. Are they thinking to take an opportunity to sort of turn that smile upside down? It's the week, like we talked about in the show a couple of weeks ago, it's the week of the Game Awards. They're probably not going to do something at the Game Awards.
No.
But I could imagine them trying to get ahead of it with something, right? And we're definitely getting the Safe House in the Hills, whatever happens. it'll be a moot point by the time you listen to this.
Sure, yeah. And to throw another thing in the mix, trailer 2 was released about a year before the game was supposed to come out, before it got delayed. So if we're going, it's not an unprecedented thing to go, here's a trailer a year ahead of the game. They did it before when they thought it was coming out in May. Could they do it again now? We think it's coming out in November. Give yourselves another update. Here it is. Yeah, almost 6 months, well, more than 6 months later. Looks like this now. Maybe, but as Dan says, if you are listening to all of this rambling, nothing has happened, and I'm very sorry about that. You did mention the Game Awards, though. That obviously is this week. That is going to happen on Thursday.
Yeah.
They do have a most wanted category. Now, it's different from the Golden Joysticks in that Golden Joysticks is all fan voted, whereas a lot of the categories in the Game Awards are jury selected. Do we think GTA 6 is going to win that most wanted thing, given how close, like The Witcher 4 was in the public vote? Can you see some people on that panel going, actually, it's been delayed twice. They've got all of this bad press right now. Let's give it to someone else. I mean, we're going to see tomorrow.
Yeah, we will see. I think people in their, a journalist or critic in their heart of hearts would know that, of course, GTA is the biggest event in the year. So I think you're only going to get, I think probably even different. I think if anything, okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if anything, a more emphatic win for GTA 6 than Witcher 4, though we may never know because the results may not get published
I don't think
in the transparent way the Golden Joystick Awards does. Because of the way fandoms work and voting works. Like, I think critics probably in their heart of hearts know next year is all about GTA 6.
And those other games, like Witcher, for example, is years and years away. So they've got another opportunity to win Most Wanted game once GTA's out of the way. You can give it to someone else. That's fine. Of course, because of the Game Awards, there have been, and this is related to why I'm not sure about Rockstar dropping another trailer for GTA 6, is there have been loads of trailers coming out this week and last week. If you were really analysing that, I would say that some of that is because those are the games that have not got into the Game Awards. Like all of these announcement trailers that are coming out now, we're probably hoping we will get a feature in the Game Awards. They have now been told that is not happening. So now they need to get their trailer out before all the other trailers come out during the Game Awards, or hold it and release it later on in the year, but then you're really close to Christmas, so maybe you're holding that till January. So there are a lot of things being announced at the moment, and it's not that any kind of GTA 6 content won't overshadow all of that. Of course, they'll be fine. But it's probably something to think about in the, there's loads of things going on. There's lots of announcements happening. Do we want to bundle ourselves in with everybody else, or just wait, take a bit of time, and then put something out when we're, Rockstar love being the only thing, or absolutely lampooning someone else's announcement.
I wonder that a bit. I think if they drop a really brilliant trailer 3, that's everything else dwarfed out of the sky, isn't it? So you could spin it both ways.
Yeah. Except, there's allegedly a new Tomb Raider being announced tomorrow.
Which for you, as a Tomb Raider fan, is very exciting.
Well,
actually, I'm quite excited because it's been quite a while for Tomb Raider, right? So I think to see where that goes next,
as long as it's new. I don't want another remake of Tomb Raider 1.
Sounds like someone wants a remaster.
Someone does not want a remaster. Someone very much wants a new Tomb Raider game. I think, if you're being really cynical about it, the fact that the Game Awards is now streaming on Amazon Prime, Amazon own Tomb Raider, and they're announcing a new game in the show. It all comes together. In
Content synergy.
Yeah. Well, you can stream it on Amazon Prime, but we're going to have to announce your game in the show for free, please.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a big statue was in the desert as well. That's not GTA related, just in case anyone was concerned.
Unless GTA 6 is really taking a detour in tone and
into
direction.
hell.
Yeah, no, that's not GTA related.
So then, yes, the GTA Online update is out today as you listen to this episode. It does, I think, give us some good indications, that's the word, about GTA 6. It's a shame we can't talk about all the missions that are in it yet. and the storyline, but that is because we are recording this episode now, and it, as you're listening to this, that DLC has just dropped.
Yeah.
So we will follow up on the content within Safe House in the Hills on next week's show. But what we have got and what we can talk about is a trailer and some other details. First up, there's a new company for GTA that we saw in the trailer. This is called No Way. It's an autonomous hailing system. The tagline is, "We know where you're going," which is quite ominous.
Yes.
Given the rest of the content that is in this DLC. It's clearly a spin on Waymo,
Yeah.
which are the self-driving cars. In real life, they operate like a taxi service in major US cities, including Los Angeles in California. And they have plans in real life to expand to Miami, Florida in 2026.
Wow.
Just
2026, you
like
say?
the video game. It's almost like they've planned this and they're introducing them now in Los Angeles in GTA 5. And then in 2026, they're going to expand into Florida. Brilliant. These are definitely going to be in GTA 6, right? These autonomous vehicles, especially given that in real life they're
I think
there.
if you've introduced them in online, GTA Online, to then not have them in the world of 6 would be weird. Could they be a different brand? I mean, you could, but like, why not just carry on with the brand you've already set up? And it's not like launching a fast food joint. This is quite a difficult space to enter. So it's like very likely to be the same brand and a continuation, I would imagine.
My only question was on this then, is if these appear in GTA 6, how do these differ from regular taxis? Or do you just not have regular taxis in GTA 6? I guess that both of those things exist in GTA Online, but it's not the same as when you're in a single player experience and you can call a taxi. From a gameplay point of view, do you have a choice of calling a taxi or calling a No Way? And what's the difference? I guess apart from No Way's, maybe going a bit mad and taking you somewhere off.
And then the real life difference is completely eliminated because essentially getting a taxi in GTA, even going back to like whenever they were introduced, was like an AI driving anyway, right? So like there was a man sat there or a woman, but it was just the computer driving and you sat there and it was completely, and it wasn't even like you were having, as I remember, you weren't having like crazy bants with them, were you? Was there any dialogue back and forth?
Like a little bit from but it's not like, it's not story driven or anything like that. It's just,
no, it wasn't integral to the experience. So I don't know, fundamentally, like, unless they engineer some reason for it to be different, I don't functionally know what it solves. And then, like, why would you in-game? Is it about you just hail cabs because they're there, or is one only app activated? I just don't know. Are they different costs? Like, would that even make a difference?
Yeah, in real life it does, because you go, actually, the Waymo's more expensive, but it is cool because I get to sit in a driverless car. In GTA, you're like, there's the difference between $20 or $40. Doesn't make any difference, really.
I guess what will be fun. What will be fun for a mission might be, let's say you weave that car into the mission, so you get a Waymo, and the car trundles along on its route. But like, let's say that turned into a high-speed pursuit where someone was shooting at the car. What does an AI do in that scenario? And there's probably scripted comedy or disaster to be had in you shouting at the AI, or how the AI reacts or doesn't react to an imminent threat like that. That might be quite a fun thing to explore in a mission. I don't know how you relay that, in standard gameplay.
Yeah. And we might answer some of these questions in the GTA 5 DLC. Like, they're going to be in there. The storyline clearly revolves around them in some way.
Yeah.
All of these questions might be answered by the time you're listening to this, although you probably haven't played it yet. So by the weekend, we might have the answers to all this. There is also a AI assistant within the Safe House in the Hills DLC. It's called Haviland.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a artificial being programmed to act as an assistant for Prix luxury mansion owners. It has multiple personalities, including Haviland and Angel, as listed on the promotional website, with a third personality yet to be revealed. So that will be, once we start playing it, you can choose.
That's really interesting that they would choose to withhold that third personality.
Yeah.
Have they is that just because it's not a big deal and they're not talked about it, or is the fact that it's to be revealed actually notable?
Maybe it's Leicester.
Oh, maybe. Well, that's it. That is interesting. Whether it's someone we know, it would have to be something significant for them to hold it back, right?
Yeah, or even putting a name in there at this point, even if it's story related, doesn't help us in any way, unless, like you say, it's someone that we know.
Yeah.
The assistant is there to aid with professional and personal tasks, as well as providing a production boost for pre-existing owned businesses and an optional private security detail. In the trailer, we see Michael smashing another TV, which has Harry Land on the TV, clearly saying something.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to be done with this sort of AI integration into the storyline, autonomous vehicles, etc., etc. Do you think that Rockstar is playing this AI card now in GTA 5 so that it's not so much of a focus in GTA 6? Because at one point we were like, clearly they're going to focus on all of this new tech. But if they're getting that kind of storyline and jokes and everything out of the way now, it feels like maybe it's a different, it'll be a year after this by the time we see it again in GTA 6.
Yeah, I don't see how they can swerve AI. It's like turning a blind eye to what's happening in reality. And AI's been kind of a thing for, you could say, 10 years. Like in reality, more like the last 2, 3, 4 years, maybe. AI has come increasingly into the conversation.
Yeah.
And that's, if we know what we know to be true about GTA's hardcore full-on development, there's quite a lot of overlap there. And someone would have gone in a meeting going, what topics do we cover? One of them would have had to have been AI. So I would fully expect something AI in GTA 6. But maybe this, like you say, allows them to tackle a different type of conversation mission or something about AI that's actually weirdly more of the moment than whatever they felt or thought. And they probably locked some of those missions 2 years ago.
Mm.
So, and I guess what you'd always do is, again, something Kojima does really well, is you look at the most farcical version of a growing situation and say, it went this way and it's this. It's the Black Mirror theory. You take something that's on the cusp of reality and push it to its logical extreme or illogical extreme. So are Rockstar doing that a little bit? Maybe not as much as Rockstar have to hedge their bets a bit more, right? Because they are sort of grounded in reality. But the online lets them play with that format. So I think there'll be AI across both.
And of course, we see Michael, the return of Michael finally in GTA Online. Now he's older than he was.
Yeah.
So this, I suspect, brings GTA Online into the modern day. Like we always knew it was set after GTA 5. I mean, it's 12 years after the release of GTA 5 now. So you put those things together and go, okay, is this piece of DLC set basically now modern day, which is when GTA 6 is going to be set, ish. So GTA Online and GTA 6 are now running in parallel timelines.
Yes.
Which is good and means that it does open up, now we know Michael's around again, some more opportunities, if they wanted to at least have some callbacks in GTA 6 to the events of GTA 5 and some of those characters, possibly. Not saying they're going to be in there, but I think this definitely helps now to go, you know all of the characters, you know all of their fates, you know what they're doing. By the end of this DLC, I mean, maybe things change at the end of this DLC. Who knows? We'll find out next week. But I think it does give them some good opportunities for some cameos if they really wanted to go down that route.
Yeah, it's interesting to look at Michael. He definitely looks older. Part of that might be everyone looks older when they're filmed in 4K. Because all the lines and wrinkles are picked up. And seeing him rendered almost in a different generation is an aging effect. Like, does he look 12 years older? I don't know. But does anyone in Hollywood look 12 years older? That's a different set of questions.
Well, I mean, we could go back to our GTA 5 o'clock live episodes. Well, I think there was some of us on camera then. We could see if we look 12 years older.
I think about 20 years older, mate. I feel 20 years older. I'm not sure that's going to be the right comparison, but it was probably filmed in 720p.
There you go.
So there's a softening effect, right? That's a good thing if you're trying to avoid fine lines and wrinkles. But I think bringing the two worlds' timeline together is good. Stepping forward in time, like we say, we've now got a year to go. Whilst on one hand, this felt like the final DLC, is there time for like one last DLC, one last ride? The fan fantasy thing doing the lines on social is the gang are back together. Michael, Franklin, Trevor, one last GTA Online adventure. The dream way to do that would be the gang back together on a mission to Miami, to Leonida.
But then
Some
what do you
kind
do
of
with them when they
intersection.
get there?
Kill them all.
Right.
I don't know.
They all get on a plane and the plane explodes on its way.
That would be really funny. There's lots of, but I guess if you look at the Fortnite model of these kind of convergence events where they have like watch the universe end in real time and then get reborn, and Fortnite had done that in lots of different ways. But surely GTA Online look at that, I think, as quite a successful model for like almost like the Doctor Who style regeneration. Now that's not how GTA Online's been set up to this point, but I wonder, like as part of your marketing strategy and a way to launch GTA Online, the next step, the one set in the world of GTA 6, would you consider a cross-world event that brings together maybe the GTA 5 characters, the GTA 5 world, touching upon, and the degree of which it touches upon it is really up for debate because there's logistical things there. You can't just suddenly go, we've soft launched for 3 weeks only all of GTA 6 Online. But like, could you have them talk about it or meet a character from that universe or something that bridges the gap between the two and build as a climactic event, generates loads of interest, loads of headlines. I don't know if you think that's a viable thing or just not the way they go about it.
It's viable. I'm just not sure I'm into it. I don't think I want that. I'd like there to be a big ending for whatever, and we're assuming that GTA Online is not just going to, in a Fortnite style, turn off and then turn back on again.
I think it was like for that guest from last week was saying, was it GTA Base was saying they saw at least a 10-year life cycle for GTA Online. And actually, you look at GTA 4 and go, yeah, maybe. So they can't blow up Los Santos. I don't think they'd want to kill Michael, Franklin, Trevor. But at the same time, you could do something really radical, like some kind of event. But I don't know.
Well, let's see what happens at the end of the Safe House in the Hills DLC. Possibly it hints towards something at the end. We'll let you know on our Twitter account at GTAVOclock. If you have finished it by the time you are listening to this, drop us an email with your thoughts, gtavoclock@gmail.com. There's also a newsletter, but we can't tell you. Well, maybe we can tell them about this. I'm setting you up here we could tell them all about a Safe House in the Hills for Friday's newsletter, which you can sign up to.
And this is great because I'll have new content that wasn't just in the show. So I think, on Friday's newsletter, not having planned it, and this is Tuesday as we speak, I think we'll just about have time to hopefully cover trailer 3.
Yep.
Finish
the DLC.
The pre-orders and finish the DLC, or certainly to report on what people are saying about the DLC. So we'll have a lot. It's an active week for GTA, whatever happens, right? So we'll have much more in the newsletter this Friday. gamesradar.com/newsletter.
There you go. Of course, one of the big things that this is bringing to GTA Online is mansions, which we've wanted for a long time. Now, we speculated last week about some of the costs for these mansions. Some GTA creators have been given $20 million GTA dollars as like a gift to be like, hey, go buy yourself a house. Some, Rockstar, not all of them, have they? Yeah. Keep refreshing it. Not coming yet.
To be fair, we don't do a lot of active streaming in GTA Online.
Well, no, because I haven't been given $20 million.
Well, there we go.
But yes, so some people have got that. I've seen some prices online, like speculative, possibly data mined between 6.75 and £15 million for various different setups and various different mansions. There's other ones in there for like 10.5, 14.5 million. That's just the base price. Everything else you want to add on top of that, like your pool, your artwork, your helipad, that is all extras. So you could potentially get one for about 7 mil. And then you'd have to, if you want to upgrade it, save up a bit more money. Which is about where we were last week, I think. That's fine. They have given, if you did the pre-event missions, you get given $2 million just for doing those missions.
Okay.
Or $2 million discount. And you also get given $1 million for playing it last week. So they're trying to set people up to have near enough money to be able to buy one.
And if you're giving people 20 million, you assume that's because it's saying, if you just want to go straight in and buy the best property, this will cover it.
Yeah.
It's not going to buy everything. It's going to get you that. Or you might choose as a content creator to buy 2 mid-sized mansions. But, that feels like that is instructive, that amount of money they're giving away.
Yeah. It also brings in some other things that we haven't seen yet that people are suggesting might be in this DLC. The option to own pets feels like that is definitely going to be in there. There are some gym features, being able to have a gym and do some of those activities, a trophy room, and the ability to host mansion parties.
Ooh.
Yeah, not just parties in your apartment anymore. You can invite, I assume, more people into your mansion rather than... otherwise, what's the point? Some of these things I would expect to be in GTA 6, given... It feels like GTA Online is going to be like a test bed, and it always has been, for future content that is coming to GTA 5, but now I assume GTA 6. Pets, we think we've seen in GTA 6 already. Jason and Lucia have a snake in their apartment. We've seen people holding tiny dogs, walking dogs.
Yeah.
Owning a pet.
There's that iguana in what's he wearing? A shirt or whatever it is?
Yeah, a shirt with the person in the hat that we've seen in the bar. I think owning a pet in some form is going to be in GTA 6. We've seen Jason working out on the beach.
Yeah.
The equipment looks basically the same. These things, I feel like, I don't know how you incorporate a trophy room and the ability to host mansion parties into GTA 6, but that feels like more like an online side of things. But interesting to see them experimenting with like more people getting together in one space to do things. That opens up a lot more opportunities for mini games, for events, like you say, for in-game launches or anything like that. To go, we can now accommodate 50 people in this one space, and if we have multiple versions of that on servers, we can put 50 groups of people to watch one thing in very much the same way that Fortnite does. Watch this event with 50 of your mates in this club. There's going to be a DJ on. World famous DJ launches their new album. Join my party. That kind of thing. I can see that happening. But let's see. Once we get to the end of the DLC, we'll see how all these things work, and we will let you know. Right, a couple more questions from last week that we didn't get to during the live show to have a look at now. We did promise that we would do this because we didn't have time to get through everyone's questions. So we pulled a couple out to tag on to the end of this episode. First up, we've got Ryan. So let's pull out Ryan's question.
Hi there, my name's Ryan, a big supporter of the show. Watched it during GTA 5 o'clock and happy to be along for the journey now. My question would be, what is the most obscure thing you want to do when you're playing through GTA 6 for the first time?
Thank you, Ryan. Good to have you along with us for the ride into the launch of GTA 6. That is quite an open question, Dan. What is the most obscure thing you are going to do in GTA 6?
Blimey.
Do you remember what the first thing you did in GTA 5 was? Apart from, the mission that it forced you to do.
No, I think this question is slightly polluted by the fact that, like, as someone who makes content quasi-professionally for the game, I think when we got 5, I do vividly remember driving the length of the map as one of the first things we did, just to see. I think it was literally to see how long it took to do that. But I don't know if I'd have done that if it wasn't for the fact we said that was a good thing to do in order to create a video. I think partly what I like to do is to kind of test the edges of the reactivity and immersion. So it might be silly things like if I swerve towards a pedestrian, what do they do? If I swing a random punch, what do they say? And maybe even silly things like I just want to drive to the ocean side and watch the sunset or the waves lap and put music on. Weird things that I could do in reality, but I guess I don't because I don't live in Miami on the beach, right?
Yeah.
But I like just to see how the world lives and breathes and reacts. But it depends on how exciting the missions are and how much you get swept along. And I think sometimes the game forces you to do these things, where it forces you to appreciate the beauty of its world. But I don't have like a specific thing I want to test at this point in time.
No, I think on a similar vibe, I remember with 5 just like smashing through the story, just being like, I'm not doing anything else, doing the story until we get to the end, because basically we had to finish it and, you know, have thoughts about what happened throughout the story and what happened at the end pretty quickly. And then other than that, I mean, I'm fascinated with how the people in the world interact with the space. Like, just like, even in Red Dead, enjoy like just following people. It's like, oh, that person's walked into this bar or restaurant.
Yeah.
They've sat down.
Yeah.
Let's wait and see what they do. And then they've left. Let's follow them back and see, you know, if they walk in a circle, you're like, no, okay, well, shouldn't have done
exactly that. Is it like it's the Truman Show illusion of this NPC is on 3 loops. They do that. And then how much does that illusion get broken? That's really fascinating. And I'm actually really interested in if you have a particular thought of something you'd like to do or test as soon as the game launches, like do let us know in the comments, because it's an interesting window into the soul of what you would like to do.
All right. And then one more question. This one is from Nathan.
Hey guys, producer Nathan here, long time editor, first time listener. My question's for JJ, and it's in regards to refueling, seeing as he's such a strong advocate for refueling in Grand Theft Auto 6. I just wanted to know, like in real life, how excited do you get when you have to refuel your own car? Is it like the best thing to happen all week? Is it like Christmas Day? Is it just like the most exciting thing that's ever happened to you? Because you talk about refueling so much, it makes me think that maybe it is. So just wanted to get clarification on that. But congratulations on 100 episodes, guys. I love the show, even though I edit it. And can't wait to edit 100 more. Bye.
Thank you, Nathan. When we got these questions in, it doesn't say what the question is, it just says the person's name. So I didn't actually know that was Nathan, the producer Nathan. Thought it just could have been someone else called Nathan. Thanks for jumping on the refueling chat. It's very exciting. And here's a piece of hidden lore for you. Don't do refueling in my car, because don't drive the car. So... And maybe that's why I'm excited about it, because maybe it's one of those things that I don't actually get to do.
Wow.
I mean, I have done it. It's pretty fun. I'll tell you that.
But is it?
It's pretty good time.
First of all, I can't say how much I love that call, producer Nathan. It's almost like you listen to the show every week, and I love you for it. Is refueling fun? People who do it in real life.
Yeah, to stand there. I mean, partly the smell of petrol is quite fun. That's a nice bonus. You put it in. You try and get it to a rounded up number. Got to hit the
fun never stops.
£30 or $40 or whatever it is. You don't want to have $40 and 1 cent. That's annoying.
Now, actually, 2 things. One, like everything is fun if you're it's alien's first day on Earth. I filled out a tax return. That was thrilling. Don't do it again. It's really boring. Or like that's actually a fun thing you said. They could make refueling fun, and I laugh as I say that because it's not fun. Yes, they could. But if they did actually, if you rounding it off to $50 or $100, even if an NPC walked past and went, nice. Just to it's one of those little silly life things that's good. That will be a fun touch.
Yeah, it would.
For what is a really stupid thing to include. Let's be clear and unequivocal. Refueling is bad. Oh. And that's anyone who's done a lot of real life refueling would know, not James. it's not it's not a thing to be fated or included in a fun video game. Immo.
I mean, I was thinking maybe that is the reason, like because it's a novelty. But there's other things that are like a novelty that I don't do that I wouldn't want in the game. Like, you know, as like, let's pick something. I'm not good at painting.
Yes.
Don't want to do that in the game though. That's not fun.
What about
you know what? There is painting in Ghost of Yotai. Hate it. It's absolutely pointless. You have to draw on the touchpad like some art. You have to sit there and like draw the lakes. Like, what is this?
Like my secret worry for you and everyone is if you look at some of those scenes with Jason and Lucia when they're setting up in that house they've got together, it does look like that house changes and improves under construction. So like there's a not zero threat that there is some kind of construction painting sim style house decoration element to this game.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Like being able to like, because it's select your wallpaper out of these choices of 10 wallpapers and you press the button and then it just appears in like this. I don't think you're going to be doing wallpapering as a mini
as a mandatory mission.
Yeah, Jason must finish the house as the timer clocks down before Lucia gets home because he's promised her, don't worry, I'll put the wallpaper up today. And all he's done is led on the sofa and watched Ammunition.
You only had to
adverts.
wallpaper the damn wall, Jason. Like that would be terrible.
I don't think that's happening.
Okay,
but
no,
I
agree.
I do think there could be you might be able to have some mild customization elements in the construction of your apartment or your house that you move to or whatever. Yeah, because I think having Jason doing up the house with Lucia and them saying this is only the starting point for us, you know, we're eventually going to move out and do other things, screams customization options. You can just pick the color of your car, all of that stuff. You can pick your different outfits, clothes. Why wouldn't you be able to put different furniture and wallpaper?
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people will want that, and in the longevity of time, they will. I think for me, it'll be like one of those things where I think there was a GTA mission where you introduced to going fishing, and for me, it was like
bowling.
Yeah,
you like to go
thank
bowling?
you for telling me that, so I can never do it again. Oh, there's a mini game called Gwent in The Witcher, is there? Oh, not that I finished The Witcher, but like all that sort of thing where I go, no thanks. I think Horizon Zero Dawn had it, and the sequel. There was some huge mini game you could use to trade to gamble money. Not for me, thank you. I'll just fight some dinosaurs.
Again, in Yotai, there is a bit where you play a game which is actually quite fun. It's like shoving coins against each other to knock them off the table, but ultimately pointless.
Yes,
and there's a lot of that. Even in GTA, you can go and play pool. Like you say, you can go bowling in GTA 4. You can do all of these things: cycling, skydiving. The world is very much alive. How much of that as a normal player? Do we think normal players interact with all that stuff? I don't know, but I'm sure we'd be able to.
It's
find
got
out.
to feed back into the main gameplay loop. It's got to give you money or cosmetics or something that is like, it's not a capsule activity that it only matters in the world of fishing, bowling, whatever, right? It's got to feed back in. And I'm still going to ignore it unless the rewards are huge.
Yeah, which they can't be really, because then you just spend all your life trying to just do the one game over and over again.
Trying to get the car to fill at $50 exactly so that two people go, hey, do you want to come to the club with us, cool dude?
I mean, there are casinos. Obviously, that is the epitome of, you get quite a lot of money from them if you play them correctly. Like you could play blackjack for quite a long time, and even in GTA 5, gamble on the stock market. All of these things can affect the game quite significantly if you put the time into them. But mostly, I think they're going to be side activities. But let's see. Anyway, we should go off to play the GTA 5 Safe House in the Hills DLC and bring you all of our thoughts in the newsletter, which you can sign up to, gametrader.com/newsletter. Once you guys get your hands on that DLC, please let us know what you think on Twitter. You can @ us at GTAVOclock. And if you have any other thoughts, questions, opinions, if you just want to get in touch, you can via email gtaviclock@gmail.com. Dan, thank you for 101 episodes so far, onwards to 102. As I say, we're off to play the GTA 5 DLC. and we'll be back next week for another episode of GTA 6 o'clock.